Welcome back to Von Blues Boxing, man. What's going on with everybody? So I wanted to talk about the Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant fight possibly happening in September. I think I think the fight will happen, but my only question, which network will it be? Will it be DAZN or will it be PBC, Fox, or Showtime? Now, the thing is, I seen a video, shout out Fight Hub, interview with Caleb Plant, and Caleb Plant did talk about how he would want this fight to be on pay-per-view. And Canelo fighting on DAZN, where there is like you don't pay for pay-per-view, you just pay for the subscription, yearly or monthly, whatever way you want to do it. And the fight is, with the subscription, you get to watch the fight without having to pay that pay-per-view. But the question is with PBC and Al Heyman and the group over there, what do they want to do? What is the thing, what would they want to do? They probably are more than likely Fox, PBC, Showtime, that partnership they got going on. More than likely, if they're going to put this fight on, they're going to want to do a pay-per-view. So that means that they're going to have to try to convince Canelo to try to do this fight on Fox or Showtime. They had to convince him. And from what I've seen, Canelo's last fight, he made $35 million fighting Billy Joe Saunders. So with this undisputed fight, if they're going to get him to come over there and fight for the undisputed title, then they are going to have to offer Canelo a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to offer him somewhere up to where it's the $45 million in order for that fight to happen on PBC. Then the thing is, Canelo's relationship with Eddie Hearn and DAZN. DAZN he doesn't have the greatest relationship with. Their relationship is not all that. But with Eddie Hearn, he has a really good relationship. And, Canelo's spoken highly about Eddie Hearn. So, that's the question with that fight. That's the big question with that fight. Are they, is it going to go to purse bid, or Canelo going to just put his foot down and be like, hey, if you want to fight me, you got to come over here and fight on DAZN? And that's going to be the big question about this fight happening. But I do see this fight happening regardless of which way it goes. I could see Eddie Hearn. I could see Al Heyman, in a sense, maybe not having the biggest issue with him going over there and fight on DAZN, but it is a big question because it is a fight. It's a 4-belt undisputed fight. It's Canelo Alvarez, the biggest name right now in boxing, pound for pound, #1. I mean, outside of Floyd Mayweather, if Floyd Mayweather fight, Floyd always going to do numbers. So, Canelo, but right now it's Canelo. When Floyd fight, Floyd fight here and there. You know what I'm saying? But when Floyd do come back, he do the biggest numbers in boxing. And there's not no disrespect to Canelo or none of that. I know hate and no shade, nothing like that. But this is a huge fight, and Canelo is going to do, if it's a pay-per-view fight, he's going to do over a million pay-per-view fights with Caleb Plant on this card because it's a 4-belt undisputed fight. It's Canelo making history, becoming, I believe, the first Mexican fighter to go undisputed. Or maybe not the first fighter. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong on that. Or I know for sure the first 4-belt undisputed 168-pound champion. So it's interesting to see how this fight is gonna, how they're gonna make this happen. But I do believe September 18th or I believe September 11th, about September, I think that week of Mexican Independence weekend, not the weekend before, but that weekend of, I think this fight will happen. It's just, I think that's the only little roadblock, you know what I'm saying, right there, is that with this type of fight happening, Al Heyman and PBC might want to try to push this to be on pay-per-view. But it's to be seen. They might just say, hey, forget it. Go over there in DAZN, make the fight happening, and see if you can beat this man, if you can beat Canelo. So it's going to be interesting what happens with that part. That's the only little thing I see getting in the way. Other than else, I see this fight happening, man, in September. I mean, I don't see what the issue would be. Caleb Plant hasn't boxed in about, Caleb Plant has had plenty of time off to train. Canelo, he's going to have a decent amount of time off, but, Canelo is very active this year. He's been very, 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 very active this year. What is this, his 4th fight this year? I think, I could be wrong, but I think his 4th or 3rd fight this year will be coming up if you fight Caleb Plant. So, Yeah, so I think that fight will happen, but that's the only little roadblock. Will it be on pay-per-view with Fox and Showtime, or will it be on DAZN? That's the only question. But yeah, just wanted to give some quick thoughts on that, on the Canelo Alvarez possibly versus Caleb Plant 4-belt undisputed championship fight in September, which I believe will happen. But yeah, so y'all go ahead, leave some comments or something like that, if you want to. But that's it, and that's all. Von Blues Boxing. I'm out.